All right, welcome back, everybody, to the final episode of the year for putting in that work. So today we got a banger of a closer for the end of the year. We got Miss Kat in the house. How you doing?
Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. No, like I said, I'm always here to learn about different things, and guess what? I know shit about arachnids. So we're here to learn. Like my girl, she got jumping spiders. I still don't know anything about them besides what happened? She bought a female. It had to be wild caught because that thing came in prego. That thing done laid like 4 sacks since she's had her. And I was like, damn, they retain sperm too? Like, I didn't know this. Did not know it at all. Yeah, and I think like the first few of them were like 90 something slings in there. I was like, God, I was like, this itty bitty spider laid that many? The thing's tiny. That's wild. So definitely here to learn. And like I said, this podcast is for people that are making a positive impact, not only in the reptile world, but the animal world. So definitely thank you for being a positive impact in this hobby. So let's go ahead and get into this. How did you actually start getting into spiders?
Okay. I was actually 5 years old, and I was watching the movie Aliens, Ridley Scott's 1979 Aliens, the face hugger. So that's what drew me, was the face hugger, and I thought it was an actual spider. So I would go outside and I'm looking under rocks and I'm like, where's this face hugger? Come to know it's a movie. It wasn't a real thing. So I've always loved anything that was creepy, anything that people didn't like. I've always found beauty in spiders and snakes and all these creepy things that people don't really like. So I started collecting them, bringing home any type of bug that I could find. And then as I got older, I started getting into breeding my local spiders. So it would be wolf spiders, house spiders. And then I started getting into the tarantulas. And then now, the first year, I'm breeding the Theraphozostermi, the Goliath bird eater, which is the biggest tarantula in the world. So I'm pairing them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you bred them yet, or this would be your first year doing it? Okay. So have you haven't started pairing them up yet, have you?
Yes, I paired my...
Okay, so kind of let's go over that process. How does that go? Because I mean, I've seen some YouTube videos. I used to watch a while back when I was like overseas, like in Africa and Afghanistan. I'd watch The Dark Den.
Yes.
So that's pretty much my knowledge of some spiders right there. Mostly, I'd always want to watch the scorpion videos, but because I like scorpions. But so let's go ahead through that process of how do you pair them up? What precautions do you have to take when you're doing this? So go ahead and explain some of that.
So behind me, I don't know if you can see that big bin down there, is Helena. She's the Goliath bird eater. So Theraphozostermi. For that species, you want it very humid because they come from a very humid dependent area or region. And so you want enough substrate or enough dirt so they can dig down, because that's their natural instinct, is to dig deep. So if you have enough substrate, they will dig down and they will lay their eggs. Typically, if they molt out of, like if you had pair them first and then they molt, they lose that egg sac. So, they're the ovaries and all that, they lose that. So you want to repair them again after they molt. So just last week she molted and I have to pair her again because she lost all that sperm, if you will.
Okay. Oh man.
So I have to pair her again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're pairing them up, like I said, the only kind of guidelines I have for this is, like I said, dark den. So are you doing the kind of the same stuff, having like a I guess for them it would be a thick brush, because like I've seen him like a little itty bitty paintbrush, like, all right, back up. Now what about for one of these big ass Goliaths?
So no, if you have a straw,
okay,
you're good. If you have a paintbrush with a thick, what is this called? Brush end, you're good. And you got your tongs. They're just like any other tarantula, if you touch them on the back of the leg, nudge them a little, they'll be fine. They're not gonna grunge at you or anything like that.
Yeah. So, where do they come from in the wild?
That species?
Yeah.
Yeah, they come from Paraguay, Peru, South America, the Amazons mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's considered New World.
New World, yes.
Okay. All right. Um. Actually, you want to kind of go over New World versus Old World? Like, I know. Well, from my eyes, it looks like all the Old World stuff is like the most prettiest stuff, and of course, it's the most dangerous stuff compared to like New
Yes.
World shit. So, but
Hmm.
explain to the people what's the difference between those.
So New Worlds are all the tarantulas that live in America and South America, and
Hmm.
they have eradicating hairs, which are itchy, harpoon-like hairs that they kick off as a self-defense mechanism, and then their venom is not as medically significant or there's not as potent as their counterpart, which are the old worlds. And so the old worlds are all the tarantulas that live in Asia, Africa, Australia, Hawaii, all the Asian islands, Europe, and their venom is highly more medically significant, but if they won't kill you, that venom is not for us. They're very fast. They are teleporters. Yes, the most prettiest ones are the most spicy, if you will. They're very spicy. But I feel like the New World tarantulas are very docile, calm, and more smarter than the Old Worlds, so which is really weird because I've been doing a little test with my tarantulas. So I've been doing tap training. You know how you do it with snakes? So I've been doing tap training, but like with my tarantulas, I would do like a certain type of tapping, knowing that they're going to come out. Like it's a sign for them to come out, or I'm
Yeah.
going to feed them. So I would try that with the old world. I've been doing this for like a few months. The new world seem to respond better to the tapping, and they know what is what than the
Hmm.
old world. So I'm guessing, even though the old worlds are very pretty, they're kind of dumb.
Hey, I mean, you can't get them all. Can't get it all in one, right? You know.
Yeah.
Oh man. So for what was it? God, dude. All right. There is Therophos sturmi. Is that how you say it?
Yep. So
Okay.
yep.
All right. Cool. My
Yeah.
man, that Latin on that that's a tongue twister. So, what are I guess what are the biggest challenges keeping them?
If I did not have that tub
Mm-hmm.
and I would have them in say like a regular critter keeper, it
Mm-hmm.
would be hard to keep the humidity in that.
Okay.
So because I have them in a big giant tub, it holds humidity very well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the biggest challenges of owning so many tarantulas is keeping them in what type of enclosure and what type of species you have. You want to
Mm-hmm.
accommodate their environment very well.
Okay. So, about their environment. All right. So we're gonna do it like in a bin, like 'cause I live in a dry environment, so I have things in bins as well. So I definitely understand that. So now, when you're doing this environment and making it, what are like some key things that they need to do to make sure their spider or tarantula is thriving?
Sphagnum moss really helps
Hmm.
for both, for humid dependent and for dry species. So for the humid dependent, the sphagnum moss will help keep that humidity in, right? And then
Hmm.
for the dry species, they will utilize the dry moss, don't wet it down, just leave it dry, and utilize it in their webbing. So that's very helpful because it keeps everything, you could do a spray down of water,
Hmm.
not the whole thing, and they will utilize it as, they would drink from it. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Uh, out of the Theraposa, now how many species do you keep? Just the one? Or
In total or for just that species?
that genus? Sorry,
Oh,
that
that genus,
genus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of that genus, which is the Sturmy.
Hmm.
I don't have the Blondie, I don't have the Apotheosis. So
Have you
just,
ever dealt with them?
yes.
Okay, cool. So I wanted to kind of say now, is there any behavioral differences between those species?
Yes. So the
Okay, so yeah.
hypothesis, yeah, the hypothesis is the Pinkfoot Goliath.
Hmm.
They are very skittish. Any little thing, you walk by them and they're gonna kick yours and they're gonna run. The blondie, I would say, is like the snotty, the snotty nudie girl in high school. She like that
Really?
type of, yeah, yeah, the blondies, and then the Sturmies
Man.
are the nerds.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, she's been a doll. I love her. And then the male, where is the male? On top of her. So the male, he's amazing. I love him. He's like a puppy. Yeah.
Nice. That's what's up. Man.
Mhm.
So what about to say? So how long is the whole pairing? How long does that happen for?
Um, so when I first paired her, I did it 5 times. The
Damn.
first time, it was within 10 minutes. Like,
Okay.
boom. Yeah, they got it down quick. And then the second time, it kind of took a little bit of more time, more like half an hour,
Okay.
just for him to get her, to lure her out.
Yeah.
But then the pairing, it was fine. They were done in like 2 minutes. And then the few other times, it took a little bit longer because I felt like she was not reciprocating that because I didn't know, but she was showing signs of pre-molt.
Okay.
So it was kind of her saying like, I'm about to shed, get away from me. Don't come back if you have, treats
Right.
in hand.
Right. Yeah. For real. Chocolates and whatever else you need.
Exactly. So, which was which was right for me not to pair again because she ended up molting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what does that courtship behavior look like?
In different species, it all looks the same. The male will enter. You never want to push the male into the female's enclosure. You just want to. It's kind of a long process sometimes, but let him smell her. Let him smell her pheromones. He'll walk in. He'll start tapping. He'll start vibrating and giving those signals to the female. And then the female will either come out, or the male, if he's dumb, he will go into the her
If
burrow
he's dumb,
and lights out. Yep.
or is it really lights out for him though? After that,
Yes, sometimes, sometimes. The
okay,
female does sometimes eat the male
yeah,
and he knows it.
he's like, it's worth it. Let me just get this one time, please.
Yeah. But
Man,
the
that's
one
crazy.
yeah. The male that I had, he was alone from Dritz over at Underdark Inverts. I
Hmm.
gave him back, so he's out doing his business somewhere else, that the male. But I do have another male from Tom Patterson, which was a gift, which is that one. But he's not matured yet. So I have to wait for him to mature and then pair them.
Oh, how long's maturity,
How long?
or how long does it take for them to get mature?
It all depends. I don't even know how old he is. Tom said he may be around 10, 15 years for that size.
Wow, and he's not mature yet.
Nope, he's not mature yet.
So how long
He
do they
can,
live then?
this species, they could live up to like 20 years.
Wow, damn,
Yeah, 20
damn,
years.
that's wild. I'm you
Yeah.
like I said, like most bugs are like no, like well, crickets is like they're done as soon as they're born, they're dead. Praying. That's why I never got a praying mantis because they're like, oh yeah, they die in like 9 months. I'm like, I love them too. I love them so much that I want some. I always go to my reptile shop and they have all kinds of different ones, and I'm like, if y'all didn't die in like 9 months, I would get one of y'all. Like, damn,
Yeah.
it's a shame, but that's really good though. I didn't know any bugs went past a few years.
Mm-mm.
Now, after like say after a female does lay egg sac, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
because I guess like with like I guess jumping spiders like after they lay their egg sacs they're pretty much almost done for their life. Now
Mm-hmm.
for these Goliaths, do they just keep going and until it's that time where they hit that 15 to 20 year mark?
Yeah, they can continue without a molt. If they molt, they lose all that. So they can continue laying sacs.
Hmm.
The only problem with that species is that they have the tendency to eat their egg sac if the environment is not met.
Okay, it's not suitable for them, so they're like,
Right.
babies ain't gonna thrive, so I gotta eat
Yep.
them. Okay, damn, that's
Yep.
a hell of a mom. Shit,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
man. So you also said that you've bred wolf spiders as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what species of like is there multiple species of wolf spiders?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, that face right
There's
there just said it all. You're like, hell yeah, there's a lot of these things.
oh
Like,
yeah.
so how many species are there?
Yeah. I think there's 15 in the East Coast, and then down across America, I would say between 60, 50.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So now
Yeah.
is it kind of the same thing with them on how to pair them up? Is it kind of the same way,
No,
or is it okay? How's that
no.
go?
Yeah, so the ones that I've paired, I've only, okay, I find the female, I make sure she's an adult.
Hmm.
And then I would bring her home, make her, her house or whatever, and she would lay a sack. Because
Okay.
90% of the time, if you find a female and wild caught, they're mostly gravid. So I would bring them home and whatever. And then those babies, I would grow up, and then the rest I would bring them back outside, and then I would keep like 20 or so. And then for those, like the male and female, I will make sure there's a male and a female so I can raise up and breed them.
Hmm.
So that's what I would do. I wouldn't
Okay.
wild caught males. I would just do the females, bring them home, raise up the kids, and then send them off.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you tell a male from a female?
Yeah. So males have on their front legs, appendages, the pedipalps. They have this like it looks like a boxing glove. They're called
Okay.
emboli, and so
Yeah.
that's where they store their sperm, and that's their sex organs. So that's the two little front legs, the pedipalps. That's
Yeah.
their emboli. So if you see, and now this is on every arachnid. So if you see
Okay.
like those big bulb thingies,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is male, and they're typically more smaller than the female.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I was just wondering, like, I said, like that's the only way I knew for like I said, my girls, her jumping spiders. I knew what's a male, and what's a female because she's like, yeah, the pedipalps are like really thick in the front. I was like, oh,
Yep.
okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
so that's just universal for all arachnids
For spiders and
or
tarantulas, yeah.
spiders. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's what's up right there. Now, are these the wolf spider? Are they the ones that have like all the babies on their back or anything like
Yeah.
that? Okay. All right. So, how long do they keep them on their back like that? Like you, what did you
two
notice?
weeks.
2
Two
weeks?
weeks.
Okay.
Yes. Depending on species, but the one that I've kept always 2 weeks.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
what are they doing? Are they just like just hanging out, or how do they're not eating for those 2 weeks or anything?
Nope, they're not eating. They're just hanging out, grabbing on to dear life. And then after 2 weeks, they start to venture out. The mama says, "Get off my back. You're on your own. If I catch you running around, I'm gonna eat you."
Oh
That's
shit!
literally how it is. Mm-hmm.
Damn. Oh man.
Yeah.
Let me. So I guess what's the? Well, I'm not gonna ask what the differences between them and the tarantulas husbandry, but let's kind of I guess go over their husbandry. Like, so how did you set them up?
For the wolf spiders,
Yeah. Yeah.
dry enclosure. I would do like a critter keeper, or depending
Hmm.
on what species I had, I would do a small critter keeper or a medium critter keeper, and then for the big wolf spider, I would do the large critter keeper.
Hmm.
And a little bit of dirt. They don't need that much. A lot of dry moss and cork bark, and they're
Hmm.
good to go.
Okay. Dang, that sounds easy as hell. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man. So do you actually handle them or anything?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So
Yep.
what is I guess a good way to kind of one to get over that fear, and then
Mm-hmm.
what is a safe way to handle them?
So I'll start with the safe way to handle. You want to read their body language. Again, you want your two best friends, your straw and your paintbrush. So I would always use a straw first. Tap the back leg, because the first thing they're gonna do if something touches them, they're gonna think that it's food. So they're gonna turn around, strike, bite. Is it food? No. So then they'll move along. Then if you see them have like a slow moving, lethargic demeanor, I would use a paintbrush to nudge them into either my hand or in a catch cup, and then just let them out. That's your safest way, because you never want to put your hand in there and be like, oh, hey, no.
I wouldn't even think about any of that. I'm like, nah, nope, you're staying
Yeah.
in there at forever.
Yeah, because their instinct is it food? What's
Yeah,
moving? I think it's food.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I got toe heads like that. I got
Yeah.
toe head agamas. So every time I put my hand in there, they're like, food. Like, no,
Yep.
that's my finger, dude. Like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah. Or if I'm spraying down their enclosure, like, didn't really know they jumped that high. Oh, but that thing was like, whoop, just hanging on. I'm like, really? Are you getting a good drink? Because I'm still spraying. Like, damn. But no,
Yep.
they're eat first, think later.
Yep.
Now, so now you're using that for rehousing. I've seen a lot. Like I said, I watched Dark Den, and I've seen a lot of the rehousings. I've seen some where they go really bad. What is your process with that? Now, do you use a now like a bigger bin and put two enclosures in there so they won't like get out and dart out anywhere, or how is your process?
If I'm going to be changing the substrate, I do use a two bin method.
Hmm.
For example, you always want a catch cup or a secondary thing. Now, this is me at my house. I don't want to tell people do what I do, because my tarantula may will have a different demeanor than your tarantula. So I know my tarantula. So what I do, I let them either free roam, or I leave them in here open and they just sit there. They're basically a pet rock. So I would put them in here and then do what I have to do in the other enclosure, make the new one, da 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 da, and then put them back in.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. Let's see. So for your breeding loans, so how does that all even work? Do you just like, hey, you want to trade, or can I borrow your spider? Or how's that go? Like, I mean, because I know I've well, not really breeding loans. I like my homie Landon. I was like, hey man, you need a Cartier? He's like, yeah. It's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna send you one right now. That's how it goes
Yeah,
for me. So like, how's it go in the spider world for like breeding loans?
yeah. Breeding loans, you want to know the person. I'm in a breeding loan with Dritz and Tom Patterson. If with my Sturmy, I'm going to give half, so 50-50 for both parties.
Hmm.
Um, he already wants a whole bunch of my babies, so I'm going to give him, whatever he wants. But so this is how it works. The male always goes to the person who has the female, unless you're comfortable with that person and you want to do right vice versa. But the one who has the male, will always be the one to send it to the person who has the female.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just you don't want too much stress on the female if you have to, pack her,
Oh,
send her
okay,
off.
gotcha.
You
I
don't
was
want
just
to,
gonna
yeah,
ask, like, why is that? Like, what's the
you're right.
protocol for that one? Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. Yep. So, yeah, the mail will always be shipped to you, or, brought to you, and then brought to you by, yeah. And then what you want to do is the female, you want to have her fat. You want to stuff her up
Hmm.
just in case she changes her mind and eats the male. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man. Is there? Have you ever seen any kind of red flags with like these breeding loans? Like, has someone like hit you up and you're like, no, I don't think so. Like,
Mhm.
what are some of those red flags that you've seen in folks? They'd be like, that makes you say, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, a red flag would be is them not reciprocating what your concerns to them.
Hmm.
If I have a male and somebody wants my male, if I tell them, okay, I want him back. He is, he's my baby. I don't want nothing to happen to him. And they're like,
Hmm.
oh well, it happens, blah blah blah. Like if they're negative about it and they're not really taking care of your concern, then
Hmm.
that's kind of a red flag for me because they're not really looking out for, that to come back. Yes, it does
Hmm.
happen where the female does eat the male and there's nothing that you could do about it, but there is a prevention. You could always, be diligent and try your best. But if that person is not reciprocating your feelings and your concerns, that's kind of a red flag because all they want to do is pair, sell, and that's it.
Hmm.
So you really want to be careful with the people who just want to sell and not, you know.
Okay, yeah. So now, do you guys do contracts or anything for these breeding loans?
If it's a person who's well known in the hobby, for example, the spider shop or, the big name brand people,
Hmm.
they would send you contracts or whatever. But the locals, no, there's no contracts.
Okay,
There's just verbal consent, and that's it.
yeah. And then say, like you said, that it can happen. Like, say the female
Yeah.
eats the male. So, like, you'd be like, "Hey, sorry about that. Do you like, oh, here's some money, or like, how does that go? Is it just a sorry, maybe next time, or what?"
I've had experiences where it's a sorry, but on my end, the one that I sent over one time, I knew he didn't have that much to live anyways. And so I said, just keep him. If it happens and he gets eaten,
At least
that's
you got
fine.
some,
Yeah, at least he got some.
right?
His legacy will live on.
Right.
Yeah.
But so let me ask you. So back to this kind of new world old words thing. Would you what would you suggest to like new keepers? Would you suggest, hey, start off with new world before you even tap into the old world,
For
or
sure.
okay? Because I know people not like so. When I was talking to one of my buddies back in the day, because I was like really kind of interested in like GTPs, like the green
Yep.
trees, and I was like, dude, what kind of snake should I start off with to kind of get used to that? He's like, nah, fuck that shit, dude. Just get you a drink green tree, you'll be all right. I'm like, really? He's like, dude, it's so goddamn easy. I'm like, okay, bet. No, but
Yeah.
I never pressed that button. But no, so I was, and that's just, I guess, for like in the spider world, it's just kind of like, I guess, get used to these spiders first before you get to those, because these are like
Yeah.
Priuses, and those are like GT Mustang or some shit like that. No, it's
Yeah.
like, no, this one, no, is not gonna do anything. This one right here, you hit the gas real hard, you might hit the wall.
Um, yeah, I like to say it's like a video game where you have to level up.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I like that one. You
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta
level
level
up.
up. So yeah, volume one, volume two, level up. That's basically how it is. I give a lot of props to the people in Australia because there's no importing, outporting, so they
Hmm.
cannot have any new worlds. They have to start with old worlds. I mean, their old worlds are easy, so they have that going for them. But yeah, if you're a new beginner, you start with your new world with the docile species,
Hmm.
um, and then work your way with something. If you really want something that's an old world, there are some new worlds that are like old worlds,
Oh
and they
yeah.
actually have the same potency as an old world. Yes, there are some new world tarantulas that are equivalent to an old world.
Oh, what are those?
Salmopaeus, the genus Salmopaeus. So anything in that region. So common names would be the Cambridgei. I don't know the common names.
Trust me, like I'm more of a Latin like scientific name.
Thank you.
Sometimes, well, so I know it's big. It's real big in the arachnic world that you guys
Yeah.
use Latin. No, because I
Yes.
mean, for me, I got three different genuses of velvet geckos. So I can't say velvet gecko, velvet gecko, velvet. No, I gotta say Oeodora castlewinii, Blazodactylus saclava, and Haemophilus fasciata, because three different ones, right? So I gotta, so that's why I'd rather hear Latin scientific names than a common name, because you can have that common name can go for so many different other animals. Yeah, I trust me. That's where me in the spider world. That's where we're at right here. That's where I understand
Thank
you guys.
you. We're like this, bro.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So let's see here. Oh yeah. So let's kind of get into this because I mean, you know, I said you vend as well, right? So
Mhm.
now are you slinging them slings and because I know you do snakes as well. So you slinging snakes and slings or what?
So I'm just starting with Sammy from Bulls Pythons.
Uh huh.
We're partnering together.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, he's gonna take me under his wing. He's gonna show me how to do all that stuff. So hopefully by next year I'll be able to breed some ball pythons. But I really want to breed my king snakes.
Oh
So
yeah, those are
that's
nice.
way in the future.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard about them kings. Them king snakes, like they like to eat each other up, just like the them female spiders. They like to.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yeah.
man, that's it's always a dangerous game, but it is what it is. I like, those are one of the calibers I do like. I like king snakes.
Me too.
Funny because I was literally just talking to Riley yesterday, and we are talking about mentorships and how much they, is I feel like it's lost on the hobby. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people want not a lot of people want to do mentorship because they don't want to be told. It's like, listen to the folks that already done it. So it's just like when you talk like, because I mean I got kids, right? So anything my kid has done, I've already done it. So when I tell you that, I've already done it, and I can tell you what the outcome's going to be. No, they want to be hard headed, and then next you know they fall on their face, and they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I could tell you what just happened. You just got to listen, open up them ears. Definitely, I respect that whole. You want to have a mentor and
Mhm.
and learn the vending game.
Yeah. The tricks of the trade.
Exactly, because like me, like um, if I could, I mean, I would like try to. Well, I'm vending with some folks this upcoming year, so I'm gonna
Cool.
learn some stuff as well. Like I said,
Yeah.
you're never too old to learn. Like once you
Right.
say you're done learning, guess what? That
Yep.
brain stops functioning. So you gotta keep on going until the day you die.
Right.
And so with the well, I was gonna say what kind of challenges you had, but you haven't vended yet, right? Or have you
Yeah.
like? Okay, you have. All right. So when you were vending and helping out, what kind of challenges did you notice and see, and how do you think you like overcome those on your next upcoming shows?
Yeah, I felt like I didn't belong at first. Like I felt lost. I was like, what do I do? Do I stand here? Like it was just a weird feeling as like,
Yeah, I
do
definitely
I fit
understand
in?
that one. I understand that
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
understand that one. Like I said, I was at a show. Was it last month or the month before? I think it was last month, and I'm just standing there like, okay, what's going on? There's a bunch of us too. We're just standing there. They look comfortable. I'm like, I'm the only one like going, getting up, moving, doing this. Like, what do I do?
Right.
My phone notes, put that down. Doing all this stuff all in my head.
Mhm.
So I definitely understand that. No,
Yeah.
it just I guess you just gotta keep doing them, get seasoned, and then you get
Yep.
more comfortable. Like no, but when people came and started asking me questions, I was just talkative, talking and talking and talking. No, it's just that passion just went boom, just hits, and so it's just a matter of all right. Now, when people are not here talking to you, what do I do? Put my
Yeah.
hands in my pocket. My one of my friends, like he was there, and then he was gone for like 45 minutes, and I'm like, where the fuck did he go? Like he was just behind this table. Like what the fuck? He's like, yeah, he does that. I'm like, must be nice. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. So they'll ask me about a snake. I'm like, it's a woma. So it's from Australia.
The
He's like,
basic.
yeah, I give him some basic shit, but
Yeah.
uh,
When I was in Long Island, not the one before, but the one of the shows that we went to in Long Island. Me and Sammy were helping out Kevin, Sugar Skull Serpents, and Paul from oh my gosh, what's his handle? I'm so sorry, Paul. But anyways, them I was just standing next to Kevin and it felt like I was home
mm,
because I was surrounded with people that I love, I care about. So it felt when you're around people that you can feel yourself with and you're comfortable with, then I feel like vending is going to come natural to you.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing, is like that connection you have with people. And it's going to help you give the, the right information or whatever it is that you're doing. So I feel like, yeah, you could do it.
Hmm. So, let me ask you, like, when you like decide to like, you know what, I'm gonna venture out and I'm have my own table, or not even your own table, you're with your crew. Now, how do you want to evolve yourself? Now, do you put out care cards for like your tarantulas or the ball pythons? Are you? Because I know that's what I do for a lot of my species. I got
Hmm.
those. I use these right here. Shit, can I check this out? They're called like creature care cards, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, just something to help them out, something to make sure that customer is feeling comfortable with what they're buying from you. Uh,
Hmm.
are those some of the things that you think will help you with start vending even more?
Yeah. So at Gettysburg, this idea actually came from a dream of all things.
Really?
So yeah, I had the idea of recording all my shows that I've been in with other
Hmm.
people that I've been with in the shows, and I just like cut them into clips, and I had the
Hmm.
replay on a loop, and I had it on the table. So I had, my sign, my logo, whatever, and then everybody's into technology, and that's the first thing that they're gonna see and what they're gonna look at. So I
Hmm.
had my tablet, and I had it right there on the table, and then next to it was the tarantulas. So it was on the loop, and people will be watching it, and they're like, "Oh, okay. Oh, I've seen that person before. Who's this person?" So it was an easy icebreaker to talk about, and so it really was. And I did get recognized. People came up to me like, "Hey, you're Arachnid Kat. We've seen you on the shows or whatever." It was very comforting. A little not intimidating, just I don't know. It was kind of strange to see people that I don't know, but they know me in a way.
Oh yeah, trust me. Oh,
Yeah.
man, like yeah, when we first started this podcast, and I started like not I mean I always went to shows, but started a podcast. So, hey, what's up? I'm like, who the fuck is that? My girl's like, what the fuck? I was like, fucking no.
Yeah, yeah. Who is
Yeah, I don't
that?
know. Yeah, it
Hmm.
was a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's still uncomfortable to me. Like I'm not a I tell you, I am not a social person. Like I'd rather stay at home and just chill out instead of go out. Like my two things, I go to work, I come home. That's the only things I really want to do. Or there might be a pit stop, like, all right, let's go to the gym real quick. Boom, okay. Straight home after that.
Yeah.
And then come here and mess with these things all day. I'd rather do all
That
that instead of like go out like, hey
right.
man, we're gonna go to this after party, or it's like, nah man, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, the whole social aspect is still a hard thing for me.
Right. But when it comes to like evolving, don't I plan not evolving, just cocooning, because
Hmm.
I don't want to change anything. I want to do things the way I started out. And
Hmm.
that's what I'm doing. So I feel like, yeah, there's going to be times where I'm going to be maybe breeding in the future snakes, but my main focus is going to be on my tarantulas.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Let me ask you this. Do you feel expos hurt or help responsible keeping? Because you got those what you call those impulse buyers.
Hmm. Yeah. Let me start off by saying it's only going to hurt you if you're not going to take accountability for your actions. If you do something wrong, or if you don't want to take in the advice that anybody gives you, that's going to hurt you. So, and it's going to help you if you talk to someone who has experience and you learn from that. So I feel like it works both ways, and depending how you take it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we all have done the impulse buying. I know
Hmm.
I've done it. I don't do it lately, but if I see something I like, I'll do my research
Yeah.
before I go and buy it.
Yeah.
Or, but then I also have friends that be like, "Hey, I got that." Like I literally what happened. This is what happened. This is how I got my toad heads.
Okay.
I did a Facebook post like, damn, I love these things are fucking dope. Here comes the homie, like, hey, I got a pair. You want them? I was like, oh, you motherfucker. I was like, seriously? I was like, God damn it. I was like, okay, yeah, just send them my way. I'll do my research now. Let me get everything together, and then we'll be good.
Yeah. If you're talking about impulsivity when it comes to me, you're the worst. I'm the worst person to tell you yes or no, because I think my whole collection has been on impulse. When it comes to snakes, I do not have the self control. So yeah,
Yeah, hey, well, I mean, so how many snakes you got right now?
7.
So, okay, that's not bad. I was like, I thought you were like, I got 70. Like, because I mean, because
More are coming in.
yeah, see, there it goes. It's like a Pringle. Pop one, you can't stop, right, man?
Did you just
So
hold on? Because that just reminded me of a phrase I said: "Once you pop, you can't stop."
yeah, exactly. That's that little Pringle as a commercial. Can't get one, and like
Yeah.
once you pop it, you can't stop it. It's like, damn, man. So now for your snakes though, you got them for because you got colubrids and you got ball pythons, right? Okay. So now, are you a rack person or are you like got them all in enclosures?
You name it, I have it. I have PVC. I have the bins,
Hmm.
the regular sliding doors. I even
Okay.
have one in
Yeah.
a little critter
And
keeper.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what I think drives a lot of impulse buying too. Is like, oh, I got a rack, and I could fit, you know, 15,
Hmm.
20 of them things in there at one time.
Yeah.
So make sure you know, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's why I didn't like get into like crested geckos and stuff because you see them how they be stacking everything up, boom, 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 boom. It's like no, no. Next thing you
Yeah.
know, they got like 400 of them things. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm transitioning from a lot of bin stuff, or like my last, like my Stropharis. These are the last ones that I'm putting in deli cups. No, I started getting these acrylic. What are like 6 by 6 by like 10 or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean they're perfect sizes. So I was like, and they're like, no, I bought them on Amazon. First go around, I think it was like $16. Black Friday deal, I got them for like $11 a piece.
Hmm.
So I started ordering a bunch of them things, like boom, boom, boom. They only let me order 5 at a time. I was like, boom, five, boom, five. So I got a bunch of them now. So I'm slowly transitioning from bin keeping, unless it's like they need that for like high humidity type of stuff,
Yeah.
until I can
Yeah.
get like good PVC. Like I have like my what you call it, my dumpy frogs. They're, they're in PVC enclosures. Just I can maintain that humidity in there and everything like that. I have chihuahuas in PVC enclosures. I even got some of those I'm gonna say it, those shitty ass leap enclosures. God damn, those
Yeah.
things are horrible. I hated putting that thing together, but it's that one. Helps. It still helps keep the humidity. It
Hmm.
just sucks. Like using it, if you use heat on it, it sucks. It warps. I had a Tokay in one, and he thrashed it. Like he would jump, or she would jump, boom, and next you know I see my enclosure tipping over a little bit. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Yeah, they're light, so oh
Not good.
no, it's odd, but it is what it is. Um,
Mm.
so let's kind of get into because you also do like a lot of education as well, right?
Yes.
You're talking about your community education, your hospice outreach, I guess, program. What is that all about? How did you get into that? What made you decide, like, you know what, I want to do this for these folks?
Yeah. My father's childhood best friend recently fell into hospice, and he was in in that care. And I went to go visit. And there is the nurse, and she was telling the story how she saw a tarantula in the hospital, the room that he was staying in. And
Really?
I'm
Huh.
like, are you sure? And so I showed her a picture. I'm like, is this what it looks like? And she's like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, okay, because they live the place where he was staying at is up in the mountains, and yes, we do have tarantulas up here in the mountains.
Okay. All right.
Um, yeah, but you hardly don't see them. It's just anyway. So I showed her the pictures, like, yeah, 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 and she was saying how it was gonna kill her and stuff like that, and I'm like,
She must have watched
oh,
that movie Arachnophobia.
yes, yes. So I just, I educated her for a little bit, and then it just took off from there. Like anywhere I would go, I would help educate people if they brought up the subject on either, spiders or whatever. And then anywhere that it's needed, I would be there. I would volunteer, and that's basically what I did for like that week. Is I went to rooms and I talked to the people, and it was
Hmm.
comforting for them to know that these are not monsters, and it was comforting for me knowing that I did a service.
Nice, nice. Um, Now, did you bring any spiders in to show them, like, kind of like, hey, look at this. It's not doing
No,
anything. Okay, cool.
no, no.
All right, because I was about to ask what their reaction was, but never mind.
They're in hospice. You want to give them a hot?
Hey,
Imagine.
so you also do Petco, right? Now, what do you do at like Petco as far as volunteer work?
Feedings. That's where I got bit for my first time by a king on my pinky. Yeah, I put it on my story a while back on my pinky because we were doing feedings, and then this little one just shot out of its little hide and mistook my pinky for an actual
A pink.
pinky. So it was the joke of the whole day. Yeah, feedings, educational, like if a person has questions, I go and I help out with that information stuff, basically on the tarantulas. And yeah, that's basically what I do there.
Yeah. So how'd you get into that one? Like, were you there and you started? Someone was giving bad information out, and you're like, no, 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 it's this. Hold on, let me tell you. How was it?
Yes, it was actually that how you said it. So at my closest Petco,
Yeah.
when I was starting to get tarantulas and everything, I would go to that one and I'll be like, okay, all this is mislabeled. This is the wrong husbandry. And so the manager, she was like, how do you know all this? I'm like, so, I would tell her and everything. And so she'll call me up whenever somebody had a question and I would go over there. And then my good friend got hired at Petco and she got promoted to high manager. And so now I'm there whenever she calls me. She's like, I need you, come here. And so I go over. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, I mean, that's always good to, like I said, get that correct education, correct
Yeah.
information to these folks. Like I said, they didn't label it correctly. What if it was an old world and they thought it was a new world spider, right? And
Right.
then yeah, so I could definitely said positive impact in this hobby right there,
Mhm. Yeah.
helping out. So now I know they said they called you and everything. So what was that impact like for you when you decided to really help these folks out? What kind of impact did it make for yourself?
It made me feel good that someone has the right information
Hmm.
because my number one priority is the safety of the animal. When it comes to people just wanting this animal because of how it looks, I don't like that. I want that person to know everything about the animal. So if I could provide at least, that enough information and they, reciprocate like, oh, okay, I get it now. Them understanding that concept makes me feel good.
Nice, nice, like that. Let me say, what do you wish more hobbyists understood about how outreach can change like that public perception of spiders and reptiles?
Yay! I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, and it's I guess how you go about it as well is
Mhm.
like because you got those people out there. It's not poisonous, it's venomous, and they're a
Yeah.
dick about it, right? Instead of not, they all, public don't know this. Public,
Yeah.
they see one snake, they think they're all
Yeah.
dangerous, right? So they think they're all the same thing. Same thing with spiders. They think everything's a black widow. They don't care
Yeah.
what it looks like. Everything's a black widow. It can kill me. Blah blah blah. Now, so how do you generally handle like those kind of situations with the public?
Yeah. So my mom has a really big base of other, like her friends. Like, there's
Mm,
a really big Spanish community where they're highly information. Like, just like you said, one spider is, that means they're all the same. No, I don't want to single out a certain, like, race or community or whatever it is, but from experience, I've noticed that a lot of people who do not have education and they just go by the media, that's all they need to know. No. So if you can just give a little bit of information to someone who thinks that they know from what they saw is that's what it is, and you can, redirect it, then hey, you're great. So yeah, I feel like the media has demonized certain animals, and then
yeah.
certain cultures take that representation to, like, that's what it is.
Hmm.
So yeah, I just want to have people fully educated, because if you're not, then you're gonna make a mistake.
Mm. Oh yeah, definitely. Now this one might be a little itchy topic, but no, because we're both of color, right? Now, how like I know back in the day when I was younger, I told someone I liked reptiles, they looked at me like I was fucking crazy. Like, and then if I told the brothers, like my homies, like, hey yo, I like reptiles, they're like, the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Like, it's all this shit. So I never told people that I like
Yeah,
reptiles. Like I
yeah.
until I became an adult in my 30s. So I always felt like man, what's the word I'm looking for that? Like almost ashamed. Like it
Huh.
almost made me feel ashamed that I was like this. Like I thought I was just a fucking weirdo. Like I didn't understand why people were like, why would y'all look at me like this? Like,
Hmm.
how has it been for you?
Very challenging.
Mm,
A mixed race,
mm.
and you have one side, the Spanish side, where in my family, very low educated, and growing up was very difficult. They did not, it's very hard to explain it in, like,
I
a
know how
nice
you
way.
feel. I know how you feel. I and I'm sure there's other people that know how you feel as well. Like I said, like no, just like you, I'm mixed as well. I'm black and Italian. Oh,
Oh,
no,
okay.
not black enough for the blacks. Definitely not white
Right.
enough for the
Yeah.
white. No, so there's a whole lot of that
Yeah.
in there. And then, and like I said, on top of that, like you like reptile, like what the fuck? No, so
Yep.
I always just kept it to myself, and I
Yeah.
always wondered like how other people dealt with that growing up.
Mm-hmm.
That liked
Yeah.
reptiles or arachnids or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. On my mother's side, nobody was supportive with my. I was always the black sheep. Always.
Mm,
I was the weirdo. I was not part of the family on both sides. On both sides, I was
mm.
not. I did not fit in. So yeah, it's to this day that my stepdad is the one who supports me with my animals and stuff like that. When I would say that I have tarantulas, I have snakes, I have this, I have that, they're like, ew, why? Or, and then that would give me the opportunity to explain, this is not ill, this is creation, this is God given creation, and you have to appreciate it, whether you think it's disgusting or not. You can't judge something that you don't know nothing about. So that would give me the opportunity to preach, basically.
Okay, yeah, and like I said, there's always they were created for a reason. There's an ecological benefit for everything that's on this earth. So you know,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, those that was just one that I was like, let me, because I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that and see kind of where you were coming from. And
Oh yeah.
coming from the kind of the same stuff. Like, no, my folks they were okay with it. They didn't really seem bothered with it. Like, I'll go and catch a gecko outside, keep it for like a week. They'll go and get me crickets, cool. But outside of that, it was like, no, like, and they really didn't even think anything of it. They didn't think I
Yeah.
would turn into this. Like, damn, like, how many geckos you got? How many reptiles do you have? Like,
Yeah.
god damn, like, yeah, like, this is a
Yeah.
hobby, I told him, like, keeps me out the streets, okay? Be happy.
Yeah. Thank you. Gosh. Yeah. but I'm this way because of my father. My father was the only one who was into all these animals and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I'm living up to his legacy.
Nice, nice. See, I love that. I love hearing that right there. So before we get out of here, I do
Hmm.
let's talk about podcasting. Let's see.
Okay.
What is in it? So, what is your podcast? And I'm guessing it's dealing with mostly arachnids, right?
Yeah,
Or is it a little bit of
both.
everything?
Everything. So, yes, my podcast on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. is Web Wonders, and it's, on Arachnids. But Thursdays is Vibes Up with Chris on Tamed and Unhinged Reptiles. So, we basically on everything, whether
Mhm.
you have geckos, snakes, crocodiles, sharks, whatever it is, because we mostly focus on the person, the guest, and
Mhm.
their journey and what positivities, activities they've been through or whatever. So that's what we focus on. But yes, I do my podcast on Wednesdays is mine. And then Thursdays I co-host with Chris.
Now, is that the what is it? Is that the network or is it your own thing?
Yeah, so the network that is called Untamed and Unhinged Reptiles Podcast
Okay.
Network. And then my show is on the same network, but it's called Web Wonders. And then
Okay.
Thursdays is Vibes Up with Chris.
Nice, nice. How long you been doing wonders?
It's gonna be a year. Oh my gosh, soon. It's gonna be a year,
Wow.
yeah.
How do you feel after that?
I feel good. I feel a little bit accomplished that I've got to speak to certain people and learn from them. So I'm excited about that.
Nice, nice. You ever go back and like listen to your first episode and compare it to like your latest episode that you done?
One time I looked at the first episode one time and I was like, wow, so much that I improved
So much
on
growth,
certain
right?
things. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like you just, like I said, I knew nothing about this shit. No, about podcasting, nothing. Like I still tell myself I don't know shit. But just kind of learning, like editing and techniques, and like how does this sound right here, and then just using this platform. Like I said, I use Riverside, and they have so much stuff on here now. It's crazy. Like I can edit your the tones. I can mess with the colors. What else can I do? I could do so much on here, and then it makes it so easy. Like they even have like AI on here now too. Like I'll just boom, yeah, yeah. Ask AI a question, boom, 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 boom. Create a thumbnail for me. Oh, create a description of the this whole video, and it'll go through. It'll analyze the video. Boom, give me notes and all that crap. I'm like, damn.
yeah,
So yeah, definitely feel
that's
like
cool. And you've been doing really great.
appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, man, when I watch these, like when I look at the videos and I look at the analytics, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it kills me sometimes. Like, yeah, no, they'll get in the views and all that stuff. Like, I gotta stop thinking about that. My girl tells me too. It's like, stop thinking about that. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Like, as
Yeah.
long as the information's out there. It's like, I know, but it fucking kills me still. It's like, oh my god, like what the hell? Just had a great fucking episode, and this is all we got. What
Right?
no, like um, because I said we did one with what was it? Jake and Jeff. They just got back from India herping. Like a lot of yeah, and there's a lot of people that keep these Indian species. They found vipers, different kinds of spiders, different kind of geckos, lizards, and it's
Wow.
like y'all don't want to know about this, so you can care for your animal better. They got
Right.
readings, they got all this information, and I was like, come on. Like I'm looking at my views, like, are you fucking kidding me? Like this should be banging out the wall, but you know,
Right. Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, but it's up there forever, so that's all that matters for me. So, but
Exactly. You could always replay it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So closing question: since being in this hobby, it could be reptiles or it can be arachnids, anything. What has been like your biggest failures since you started, and what have you learned from those?
My biggest failure would be not providing enough substrate. Yeah, because my first breeding, a tarantula, was not providing uh, or not accommodating her environment as I should have,
Hmm.
which I did, but it wasn't to the full extent. And I feel like I could have done better. So, she did molt, and that's natural, but like she could have held off from molting if I had her environment a little bit better.
Hmm. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Like that answer. No, I'm gonna say everybody has a different answer. So, like I said, and this for you, like it's spiders. You know, um, but no, I love the answer. Like any answer is always a good answer. You know, it's
Yeah.
those folks like I don't know, I'm fucking, I'm perfect. Fuck that. You know, it's like no, you're not learning. Yeah, love
Yeah.
that. I love hearing that stuff. Oh
Oh
man.
yeah. I'm always making mistakes.
Oh yeah, trust me, I'm constantly making mistakes, and I'm always trying to figure out how to fix those mistakes. Always
Yeah.
talking to folks. I'm always asking questions.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you don't get better. You get complacent. You're stalemate. All that shit. Just
Yeah.
talking, like I said, I was just talking to Riley the other day, and complacency kills. No, we think, oh yeah, we're all good over here, and then next, for me, no, I'm thinking I'm all good. Next, boom, gecko dies. Boom,
Yeah.
another gecko dies. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Hold on. So it's like, all right, refocus, figure out what's going on, ask some questions, talk to some folks that have way more years experience than I do in these certain species, and try to redo it over again and see what you could do better. So,
Yeah.
well, all right, Kat, it was a pleasure
Yeah.
having you on. And I said
Thank you for
you
having
made
me.
me you made me learn. I said I learned plenty about these spiders. Not enough for me to get one, but I've always said, like, I've came a long way. I used to be fearful of them. I couldn't stand them, didn't want nothing to do with them. Now I have a healthy respect for them.
There you go.
I've always, you know, it's one of those, all right, I see you there. I'm not going to smash you. I'm going to figure out a way to move you outside. I was like, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get about my house.
Mhm.
Boom. So that's kind of where I'm at with arachnids. Same thing, like
Yeah.
scorpions, spiders, anything. Just boom, cup them up, pop them outside, go out there, go eat some other bugs or whatever. Just don't
Exactly.
do it in my house because if you get one of my cages, I can't help you. Sorry,
Mhm. Yeah. Right.
and I don't need to see a WWE match with a spider and my gecko. Sorry.
Right.
I don't know who's gonna win that one. You might win and you might lose at the same time. You might kill my gecko with a bite. He might eat you,
50-50. Yeah.
right? Well, so so where can everybody find you at?
Instagram, mostly Arachnid Kat, and on YouTube, Untamed and Unhinged Reptiles Podcast Network, Wednesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. East. And I have a TikTok, but I rarely go on it, but
Hmm.
there too, Arachnid Kat.
You gonna start putting out some YouTube videos besides the podcast?
That's, I don't really have an interest to do that.
No.
No. Just like your basic Instagram posts and reels and stories.
Hmm.
That's where I'm comfortable. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, I've seen them. I was like, it seems like you have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. Well, other than that, like I said, thank you. Thank you for being a positive influence on in this hobby. Like I said, the arachnid hobby, the reptile hobby, the whole animal hobby. Thank you. And like I said, just keep on doing what you're doing. We'll catch you in the next one. Other than that, everybody have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you get to listen to this. We'll catch you next. Peace.